Eskom and the Vaal University of Technology have joined forces in a partnership to ignite academic excellence and inspire future leaders through two transformative initiatives, the Winter School Program and the Women and Girls in STEMI Seminar. It comes after the Eskom Development Foundation renewed its partnership with the institution by donating a little under 3 million rand to support just over 1,000 learners in science, technology, engineering, mathematics and innovation. The university says the donation will support its girls in STEMI, the STEMI program and Winter School initiative, which will create opportunities for learners to pursue careers in those critical fields that drive economic growth. For over 7 years, the seminars open doors for young women, encouraging them to dream bigger, aim higher, and step into traditionally male-dominated fields with confidence. Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Vaal University of Technology, Professor Khehla Ndlovu, joins us for more on this collaboration. Professor Ndlovu, very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the late edition. I mean, a very exciting development this, as you know, the introduction speaks of the impact of such a project. Talk to us about what it essentially entails as you head into this round with more funds and aim to create more opportunities.
Thank you very much, Paul, for the opportunity, and good evening to the viewers as well. Look, this partnership is a powerful example of how collaboration can actually drive transformation. With this generous donation, actually Eskom is investing directly into our girls in STEMI and of course winter school programs. This will reach more than 1,000 learners. What makes it particularly significant is its focus on empowerment, especially of young women in critical STEMI fields that are vital for our country's future growth.
And talk to us a little bit about the group and you know, the entire project, how it's formatted and what it sets to achieve.
Look, South Africa faces a shortage of skills in science and technology, engineering and mathematics, and women are vastly underrepresented in this field. So the Girls in STEMI program tries to address that gap by giving young women exposure, mentoring, but also support in STEMI careers. The Winter School, on the one hand, simply complements this by offering academic reinforcement in key subjects during school breaks, helping both boys and girls to improve their performance and the matric results. So there's a duality to it. So these two programs create tangible opportunities for learners who might otherwise be left behind.
Have you started to see any tangible outcomes throughout the time that the program has been initiated and the impact that you're making on these young girls?
Well, first of all, it's our second year in terms of the STEMI, Girls in STEMI program, but the numbers have grown. That's the first part, to say there's significant interest in the program because of its value. To the extent possible, we have seen some of the participants in last year's program who have come through to our university. But one thing that is also important is that during the launch of the program, or the signing ceremony, Eskom actually brought one of our learners, former students, who have participated in some of the programs, but also helped in driving this process.
And with the target at just over 1,000 learners, what strategies are you putting in place to perhaps you know, initiate sustainability in the future and to ensure that this momentum doesn't die down or fade once, you know, the initial funding cycle ends, and that it's able to continuously produce this crop of learners so that they can then, you know, as you say, be afforded the opportunities to progress in these areas?
Yes. Under normal circumstances, most people would expect that funding would continue indefinitely, and we don't believe in that, in a sense that we see these funds as as a seed funding that enables us to be able to build on that. So we are planning to continue with this program even beyond any funding from Eskom, but we do hope that other partners would see value, because if you think about around for the Vaal Park only, just the number of schools and the number of learners who are participating in matric programs, it's a large number. Therefore, there is a need for greater participation of our learners. But as a university, we're looking forward to ensuring that we keep the program running for years to come.
Yeah. And while the seminar, the program encourages young women to enter the STEMI fields, what concrete support systems like mentorship, scholarships, or even internships are you putting in place to ensure that they are supported throughout their academic and professional journey?
Of course, there are a number of programs we have as a university, but the bigger chunk of it comes from NSFAS funding. Mm-hmm. Of course, there are challenges there, but of course we still believe in it. But also, we as a university, also in partnership with SITAs, provide a number of bursary programs that our learners could benefit from. Also, some industries specifically target women and girls to ensure that they are able to participate in these programs.
It also goes to show that industry partners play a huge role in shaping the relevance of such a program.
Yes, the partnership is very, very much essential in bridging the gap also between education and the real world applications, because remember, our programs also require that our students at the end, they spend at least 6 months in industry, and that gives them an edge in terms of the qualifications they come up with. And so Eskom's involvement brings not only financial support but also industry relevance. It provides mentorship, but also provides potential career pathways for our learners.
And how are you ensuring accessibility, that these programs are indeed accessible to, understanding South Africa's demographics and who needs it the most? How are you prioritizing that?
Yeah, that's the difficult part, in a sense. As I said, we can only take so many at a time, but also, if we get additional resources, we could then stretch out to other schools in the area. And therefore, that's why it's important to constantly engage industry in terms of how best they can support us. But as a university, as I said, we are also putting our money where our mouth is.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us, Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Vaal University of Technology, Professor Khehla Ndlovu. Thank you for your time.